Welcome to Pocono Mountains Podcast, Season 2, Episode 34. I'm your host, Jim Hamill. Midwinter here in the Poconos, and we have a ton of fun outdoor activities, from hitting the slopes at 6 ski resorts, snow tubing at each of them too. Plus, plenty of dining spots offer globe experiences, so you could be outside, but comfortable, while you sample the delicious meals and beverages all across the Pocono Mountains. But one experience is different altogether: luxury picnics and indoors. Brianna Strunk will introduce us to picturesque luxury picnics in just a bit. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions, with 2,400 square miles of rivers, lakes, forests, and mountains, with historic downtowns and iconic family resorts. It's the perfect getaway. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, streaming live 24/7. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have a new episode each week highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe to the podcast and leave a review and or comment on whatever platform you listen. Now back to the episode. Whether it's a special occasion like a birthday, a proposal, or anniversary, you can let picturesque luxury picnics redefine your vision of picnics. It's the trailblazing picnic experience serving the Poconos, and our Brianna Strunk will feature them on the upcoming February edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. Here's an extended conversation. Enjoy.
Thank you for joining us for this episode in Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm one of your hosts of the Pocono Television Network, Brianna Strunk, and we are sitting inside Body Works Wellness Studio in East Stroudsburg. It is the definition of Zen here, with a yoga studio, a salt cave, a really nice shop selling Buddha and crystal and Hamsa hands. And we are here with Gina Marie Rosado. She is the owner of Picturesque Luxury Picnic. She has partnered with Bodyworks Wellness Studio to offer this really lavish, over-the-top picnic experience any time of the year. Thank you for joining us for this episode.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, tell us all about your business, because when people think of a picnic experience, they think of summertime, but not necessarily.
Yeah, no. So with Picturesque Luxury Picnics, of course, we do the outdoor experience that you typically know. You have your table. Well, you have a little low-rise table and some blankets and pillows, but we really enhance that, and we do color schemes, and we do games, and we have so many other enhancements like balloons and photographers that you can add onto it. So instead of just your simple sit on a grass picnic, you have a whole experience, and you can do this for all your special occasions, bachelorette parties, birthdays, anniversaries, and we do proposals as well. And we have a specific package for proposals, which includes a photographer and a lot of other really cool enhancements that really make it pop.
So people can book one of these picnics outside or inside.
Yeah, so one thing that people don't know is you can do an indoor picnic, which isn't conventional, but it's still a beautiful experience because you have the luxury picnic experience, same inclusions like I just mentioned, but we're just moving it inside. And typically this would be at a home or an Airbnb or even a hotel suite, as long as I have access to there. But now with this new partnership with Bodyworks, which is incredible, the business is incredible by itself, but now that we can use their indoor space, their yoga studio, as a luxury picnic venue. So it's really exciting because now you have the luxury picnic experience, and now you can pair it with a luxurious spa package or wellness package that you're looking for. And they have so many amazing options. They have massages, they have yoga, they have crystal healing and chakra balancing and cord cutting, which I just learned about partnering with them. I didn't even know what it was. So they have all of these amazing experiences that you can add on now.
So we are here in the yoga studio where you set up a beautiful picnic behind us. It is for Valentine's Day. So if somebody wants to book the Valentine's Day experience, how would they do so, and what would the experience entail at this location, Bodyworks?
So typically all of the bookings go through my website. Even if I am partnering with other businesses, it would still go through my website, where you would fill out an inquiry form. And then I would talk to you directly about what you're looking for, what do you want to do, when, where, all of those details, and we get you booked in. And specifically for this location, we have the Valentine's Day. It would be the deluxe Valentine's Day package, where you have your indoor picnic. We have this gorgeous balloon setup as well, and you will get a couples massage and salt cave experience. So it's like a nice little romantic day that you can have just for you and your loved one.
So your business really relies on partnering with other businesses in the community. Can you tell me about some of your partnerships?
Yeah, that's actually a big thing that I take pride in, because even though I do my own business and I love my business, we really round ourselves out when we partner with other businesses in the area to do things that I either can't do, or I don't want to do, or it takes too long. Just like these balloons back behind us. I partner with an amazing balloon decor artist here in Stroudsburg, and she's absolutely amazing. So I have her. I also partner with some photographers in the area, videographers as well. We just did a proposal with a videographer, and it literally became a movie. Like it was so amazing. I partner with a live strings band. So if you're doing a proposal and you want to have some violins playing or anything like that, we can do that also. I partner with some bakers, people who do charcuterie boards. So, you know, it really enhances the entire experience for everything that I personally can't do.
And the venue too. People can choose to book the picnic on their own property or in their own home, or maybe like a winery or a yoga studio like this. So what are some of the venues that people can book at?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, they can do their home, backyard, Airbnb, but I also partner with a few vineyards in the area. So I work with Blue Ridge Winery, Mountain View Vineyard, and Sorrenti Vineyard right now. Hopefully some more in the future, but those are the ones that we work with right now. And then of course, like mentioned here, the yoga studio. So this would be the indoor option for now, and the other ones are all outdoor.
So picnics throughout the year for any occasion.
Yes.
What is the vibe you're going for? Because it's luxury, luxurious. Talk about, you know, this is not your grandma's picnic.
Yeah, well, luxurious. I really try to go for an aesthetic that you typically wouldn't get unless you're really putting thought into it. And I spend time behind the scenes putting these different color themes together to make sure that, you know, the colors are going well together, and to try to get a vibe where it's still comfortable, luxurious, but also functional. So it's all well-rounded, and just and also working with my guest vision for what they're looking for too. So that's what I go for.
How long have you been in business?
Since 2021. So it's going to be we're in January now. I started, like, the inception of the idea started around 2 years ago this month, and then I actually launched in June of 2021.
What's the story behind how your business was founded and why you brought it to life?
Yeah, so that one's kind of a long story, but I'll condense it a little bit. I was born and raised in the Poconos, but I moved away for college and to pursue a career in what my degree was. And then during the pandemic, I had to move back home. So that was a really big challenge for me, as I'm sure so many people were going through this crazy time in 2020, and even to now, you know, things are still weird. But that was a big challenge for me, and I was at a point in my life where I wasn't sure if I wanted to still pursue what I went to school for, or if I wanted to pursue some hobbies or other things that I enjoyed that weren't necessarily what my degree was in. And I was introduced to the idea of a luxury picnic because I lived out on the West Coast for a little bit. And to my knowledge, they started out there, and they really started booming. And I saw these gorgeous setups on their beaches and everything. And a friend of mine sent me a photo, and she was like, "This is really cool." And then I said, "Wow, that is really cool. And I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring this to the Poconos. I'm going to bring this to where I grew up." And even though those times were challenging for me, I felt a deeper appreciation for where I grew up, which as a teenager, sometimes you don't really have that. And now that I'm an adult and I've traveled and lived in different places, I grew this deeper appreciation, and I said, I want to give something to my community where I can service them and just have something unique that makes sense for me, but also giving back to where I grew up, basically. So that's how it started. And now I'm here, and it feels right, and I absolutely love it. And it started as just one of my hobbies. I really liked designing and event planning, and now it's turning into a pretty great growing business.
Wow. And I imagine, growing up here and then moving away for some time and having a different perspective of the world and getting all these life experiences and kind of learning about yourself too, and coming back to your roots, making something of yourself here where you're from.
Yeah. It was, I know I've said this word a couple times, but it was a challenge because growing up, I always wanted to leave and get new experiences just because, this is where I grew up. This was all I knew. So I wanted to leave, and I wanted to go out and experience new things. So I was always eager to be on the move. And then when I was kind of forced to come back and chill out for a little bit, that was when this amazing idea happened, and now it's flourishing.
Do you feel like you're meant to be where you're supposed to be?
100%. 100%. And that's what really pushes me to continue. So I feel very deeply that this is where I'm supposed to be because it feels right, and things have been kind of falling in place for me. Of course, it's still a challenge. It's a business, and things don't always go well, but it seems to flow, and I like the feeling of that flow, and it feels good. And I get to do things for people, create these experiences and these moments for people that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And they get to take those memories for the rest of their life.
Yeah, you're really seeing people at the best point of their lives. I mean, getting engaged.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
And the Poconos is such a mix because you have the people who live here and probably book, but also the visitors who come to the region. Do you see that mix?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I see a lot of tourists that have either been here before and they're like, oh, this is new in the area, or folks who've never been here before and they're just Googling things like what to do in the area. And then I come up and it's a good mix. But then I also have some regulars, which is great. And even within 2 years, I already accumulated some regulars, you could say, which is, I feel like, a really big accomplishment. Yeah.
What's the feedback you've been getting from customers?
Well, overall, I've never really gotten any negative feedback. Some constructive, I guess, not necessarily from guests, but maybe some friends that I have. And I'm always looking to do better with my setups and how it looks and everything. But overall, from the guests, they're really enjoying it.
It's a lot of positive.
Something unique. Yeah, they've never done it before. The guests that come to me, they're like, wow, this is something new. This is something unique and something that they were looking for their special occasion. Like, I do a lot of bachelorette parties and they're like, wow, this was perfect for this occasion. And even for the proposals too. I know there's so many other things that you can do for these special occasions, but they're really enjoying this.
All right, so now everybody is listening and everybody wants to book a luxury picnic experience for their next special event. So where can people go to book, find out more, and what are the price ranges of packages?
Okay, so price ranges start at $229, and that's for 2 people, and we have a lot of inclusions in that package, which includes the entire setup, full place settings, table games, a speaker, all of your decor and everything that's within your color theme, and then anything specific that you're looking for. And then you can add on all of the enhancements I mentioned before, and there are so many other ones that you can find, which I have on my website, which is picturesquepicnics.com, and that is plural with an S at the end. Make sure you add that. And that has everything that you need to find, all of the packages. I have my photo gallery, FAQs, anything that you need. And if you have questions as well, you could hit me up on Instagram, which is also a really big platform for us, which is at Picturesque Luxury Picnics. I know it's kind of long, but you could find us there too. And we're always on there updating.
And remember, this is a year-round business, so you could book this picnic any time of the year. Gina Marie Rosato, thank you so much for joining us for Pocono Mountains Podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, and remember, you can check out anything happening in the Poconos anytime, anywhere on PoconoTelevision.com.
You gotta love a service that leaves the planning and heavy lifting to someone else. Picturesque Luxury Picnics will be there for you in any kind of weather, any season. Find them on PoconoMountains.com. Just search for picnics and book your experience soon.
If you want to learn to ski and board, the Pocono Mountains has it all. Our ski resorts have the latest ski and snowboard rentals. Plus, the instructors are top-notch.
But if you like to enjoy food, drinks, and skiing, our resorts will make your trip one to remember.
Now's the time for you and your family to learn to ski. Go to PoconoSki.com.
We're back. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Now to a Pocono Mountains Podcast Extra. We mentioned the outdoor opportunities in winter, and one of those is NatureFi. NatureFi has memorable snowshoe adventures to the many picturesque places in the Poconos. With rentals, guided tours, and more, they also offer relaxing meditation walks and yoga sessions. Brianna Strunk has more.
When you think of winter fun in the Poconos, skiing, snowboarding, and snow tubing probably come to mind. But today, we're hitting the fresh snow for a different activity. Come along.
So to start, you need to have a really warm and insulated boot, a good warm jacket, and a hat. Ski gloves. And you're gonna step right into here. And you're gonna put it as far forward as you can.
That feels good.
And then it's basically just like tying a shoe.
So here today at Shawnee Inn, this is really flat terrain. This is a great experience for a family or for someone who is a beginner. It's a really level, you don't have a lot of hills here, so it's a great experience for anyone.
We were just a bunch of girlfriends looking for different activities to do. So we had done horseback riding and we had done snow tubing, and some of us ski, but some of us don't. So we were trying to find an activity that we could all do outdoor together. And so we were calling around and we couldn't find anywhere that had the snowshoes. And we really wanted to try it. So we went about an hour and a half away and they only had 2 pairs. So just 2 of us went, but we absolutely loved it. And we knew that we had to bring it right to the Poconos.
We love so much when people come back from their trail experience and they say, oh my gosh, we've had the best time. I love when people are just out in nature, they get to experience this beautiful earth. It's completely fulfilling.
We're able to take you places that you wouldn't normally be able to go because of the snow. There's all these trails that people use that are hiking in the summer and spring and fall, and now we can take you there and you can see it at this time of year. So it absolutely is something for everyone. We also have where we come to Shawnee, and you can snowshoe along the river. We have packages with Shawnee, so you can do a hot chocolate and a fire pit. You can also rent our snowshoes and go to any place in the Poconos. We have so many trails laid out, no matter what your level is. We really try to make it an experience and a day that you'll remember.
After spending time on the trails at Shawnee Inn, we end the experience with some food and drinks here at the nearby Gem and Keystone. Now, NatureFi offers snowshoeing as long as there's snow on the ground. Plus, it's a year-round company with activities like meditation walks, yoga, and picnics. For the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk. Cheers.
Whether you want to be indoors, toasty and warm, or outside, adventuring in the wintry Poconos, NatureFi has you covered, and so does picturesque luxury picnics. We hope you enjoyed Pocono Mountains Podcast. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. Come visit us in the Pocono Mountains. Plan your trip today.